Are you looking for the best spotting scopes for birding? In this video we will look at some of the best spotting scopes for birding on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1, Celestron Regal M280 EDA Spotting Scope. The Celestron 52305 Regal M2 features a top-of-the-line prism with low dispersion glass and coated optics to help maintain sharp images. It also has a large objective lens to help gather as much light as possible in overcast conditions or at dusk. It's also waterproof. If it rains or fogs, moisture won't seep into the body of your scope. It's built on a solid frame that feels flimsy but is actually very stout. Don't confuse lightweight with junk. In this case, the lighter weight makes it pretty mobile. What we didn't like was the eye relief, that space between the ocular lens and your eyeball. It's pretty narrow, so if you wear glasses that will be an issue. We also found that the benefit conferred by the large objective lens tended to be diluted when used at higher magnifications. It's also, no surprise here, pretty pricey. However, we still think that this is one of the best spotting scopes for birding this year. At number 2, ScopeVortex Optics Diamondback DBK8DA1. The best way to describe the Vortex Optics Diamondback is that it delivers big things in a really small package. It maintains sharp, colorful images in a lightweight, compact frame so that you can feel like you're up close and personal with the birds you're tracking. The optics are superior and maintain details that are critical for a good birding scope. It's also water and fog proof. If it gets wet while you're out in the woods, you don't have to worry about moisture getting into your scope and ruining your images. The scope also comes with a built-in sunshade, which is handy during sunny, cloudless days. Focusing can be a bit of a trick, but that's not the real drawback. The real drawback is the price. This one is really expensive. You get a lot of scope for it, but you can get comparable quality for less. That's why, when it comes to the best spotting scopes for birding, we dropped it to the runner-up spot. At number 3, Celestron Ultima Zoom Bird Spotting Scope. Related to our top pick, the Celestron 52250 Ultima Zoom packs great optics into a waterproof frame. It will let you scope out birds from a comfortable distance with details that will enable you to identify their species with confidence. It's also pretty affordable, which is why it gets our best for the money choice. It's got great features for its optics. The multi-coated glass will reduce light lost due to reflection and will help keep images looking fresh and sharp. It's also got a nice large objective lens to help gather light in low light conditions like dusk and on overcast days. What we didn't like was the eye relief, that space between the ocular and the eyepiece. If you wear glasses, they will get in the way. We also found the weight distributed poorly, with more of it on the front end than the back. It might tip during use if you're not careful. At number 4, Roxant Authentic Blackbird High Definition Spotting Scope with Zoom. It's certainly not the highest quality scope on the market, but the Roxant Authentic Blackbird High Definition Spotting Scope offers a great image and some excellent features for a very affordable price. It's lacking in the magnification department, though the zoom still provides a respectable 12x36x magnification. Roxant defends this choice by saying that higher levels of magnification on other low-priced spotting scopes aren't usually usable. We tend to agree. The image quality of this scope is very good. It's not on par with the high-end scopes we tested, but for a fraction of the price, this scope has pretty darn decent optics. Even better, it's very compact and lightweight, making it easy to take in the field. It's just shy of 9 inches long and weighs barely over a pound. You'll barely notice it in your pack. Thankfully, this scope is built to be durable. It's covered in a tough rubber armor that not only protects the scope but also provides non-slip texture for easier holding and viewing. But if any accidents should happen, you're covered by the Roxant Lifetime Replacement Guarantee. At number 5, LANDOVE 2060x80 Back 4 Prism Spotting Scope. For a 20x60x magnification zoom equipped spotting scope with an 80mm lens, The LANDOVE spotting scope is priced quite affordably. Its quality isn't on par with the higher end scopes, but at this price, you shouldn't expect it to be. Up to 300 yards, you get a decent image. It always seems a bit dim, especially given the large objective lens, but the image is decent. Once you zoom past that, you'll start to see a lot of blur in the image. If you're looking for a spotting scope that will allow you to clearly see birds at 500 yards or more, you'll probably have to look at a model with a slightly higher price tag. Another issue with this device is the small eyepieces. When looking through them, the image you see is very small. So, even when viewing subjects within that 300-yard range, it can still be difficult to make out details, though it's not a bad scope. If you want to do serious birding, you should look for something with the higher image quality past 300 yards. At number 6, Emarth 2060x60 waterproof angled spotting scope with tripod. The dirt cheap pricing of the Emarth waterproof angled spotting scope might attract you, but the low quality means it's not the best choice for serious birding. It does have 20x 60x zoom magnification, but of that, about half is usable. Once you get past 40x magnification, it becomes very difficult to get any sort of clear image with this scope, because it has a 45-degree angled eyepiece. This scope can be comfortable to use in some situations, but it's held back by the eyepiece. It doesn't rotate, so you can't change the angle. Worse, you have to get so close at higher magnifications that you can't use any type of IR with this scope. If you zoom in, you'll discover that your field of view is extremely narrow. This makes it difficult to locate small subjects like birds off in the distance. Combined with the poor image quality past 40x magnification, and it makes this scope a poor candidate for birding. So if you want to buy these products, check link in the description box.